So as I'm getting to know Hickory more, I'm studying the anatomy, I'm trying to get him comfortable, went ahead and bought a Pivo, and it tracks our movement, and it technically tracks his movement, so tries to follow him. It works okay. You can see him kind of looking at it because it's moving, and he's like, what is this thing all about? So we're just trying to kind of maneuver that and see how it works. Along with that, at this point I'm doing groundwork, so I'm mostly just like lunging and trying to work on some lateral work with him, and just kind of see where he is and if we can build our communication. I don't know how much of this people necessarily want to watch because it is just us on the ground, moving in circles, and at this point we're just working on like the walk and the trot. He has kind of a short, choppier trot, so I'm trying to get him to loosen his shoulders up so that he'll take longer strides, and then trying to get him to walk because he tends to like kind of be rushy and want to do this like little jog thing, rather than just have a nice fluid walk. So from what I hear, the walk is like a harder gait or more work for them physically, and the trot is like a more natural thing that they could do all day. And this is just what I've heard from trainers and books and things like that. So I'm assuming they know that part of it. I know he definitely would pick up a little joggy trot over a walk. Here I'm just trying to kind of push him out in front of me. He tends to want to kind of lag back a little bit. And I was just trying to loosen up those shoulders by getting him to cross over slightly. And then here you'll see me start to drive that walk. Now, I'm always told that he needs more of a working walk from a trainer. Knowing what I know now, I think you just have to go with where your horse is at that moment. I don't know that I would push him as much with the walk as what I did back then, but I think it really just depends on the trainer and things like that. But you can kind of see this is his little joggy trot, and I'm trying to get him to just bring it down to a walk. At this time, there was major construction going on across the street, so there were saws and nail guns and all kinds of stuff. So that was a lot of stuff that I don't think he was ever exposed to. And he was a little aware and nervous of that. Some trainers tell me, that you just kind of got to work through those things and, just let him learn to look to you for that confidence and to not be worried about those things. So that's kind of where I went with that part of the training. So I go one way for a few circles. I try to give him as big a circle as I can. You can see where I pushed a little bit to ask him to step it up and kind of wanted to jump into the canter. He does have that tendency to want to canter if you asked for a bigger trot. So that's something that I continue to kind of work towards as we practice. But yeah, that's where we're at this point. If you are watching this and you ever have any questions or thoughts, feel free to comment and I'll absolutely share what I know. You will notice that I did tack him up here, and I am wearing my helmet just in case I felt like he was in a good place to try to do a little bit of riding. I never know with the weather and my time slots if I can ride, and I think it's good for him and I to do the full dress of tacking up, so that it's a comfortable, normal part of our routine. Here I'm just going to switch directions in our lunging, so I'm changing the lunge line because I have his bridle on, so I'm changing the lunge line to where it comes out the other side, to where it's not like pulling or banging on his mouth. I really try not to abuse or bang around the bit. whenever I'm working with him. I try to really be conscious of, you know, having this metal thing in his mouth. So I just wanted to share some of those things with you guys. I'll kind of let you watch this part a little bit, and then if you have any questions or thoughts, like I said, always feel free to share. So thanks for watching.